Hello guys, I'm the Canadia Review, doing a new video review for you guys. Now, a lot of people like stupid stuff because it's entertaining for them. It's funny to see them fail, like trolls and something like that. But, I have a personal taste for the silliness stuff sometimes, and, I kinda enjoy Skids and Mudflap in the movies. Oh yeah, you're booing right now. Wah 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 wah. But, I have my reasons. There's a lot of people who do as well. There's a lot of people who don't like them. And we're going to take a look at Mudflap anyways. This is Transformers Dark of the Moon, Mudflap. So let's take a look at Skids in his alt mode, and as you can see, he's the Chevy Spark along with his brother for Dark of the Moon, and yes, he is black now, which kind of makes racist comments a little bit more true, I guess, but hey, since when did the color of the car matter for the color of the person? I mean, jazz. You know. And I will say this is a little worse than Skids. The reason why is because there's too many tabs, and the tabs are too big for this toy to where you can't even put the panels in. On the side doors, you can't even plug them in that well. And on the top roof here, there's a huge peg sticking out, and it just doesn't allow it to snap in that way. Not only that, everything seems like it's just going to explode upon impact. Kaboom! And not only that, the doors don't really close in, and the orange color doesn't really match up. So this isn't really the best looking Skids. I will say, if you want a Skids for Mudflap, blah, 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 I will say if you want a Mudflap for Dark of the Moon, I guess this is fine, and he's well into scale with his brother. I mean, these are pretty much the same exact size. The only thing that I really want for these, as far as detail-wise, is a Chevrolet logo right on the top there. And he does include a mech tech. He does include ports that allow it to stick upon itself, and just like his brother, he has two holes. I think they're in a little bit of a different spot, but they're still on the roof, and he still has the mech tech weapon, which is actually pretty cool. But we'll take a look at that in the robot mode. There's really not much more to be said. He has a Chevrolet logo, silver lights, and red lights at the back. Boom! And that's pretty much it. I guess we'll go straight into the robot mode. I should probably point out while I'm transforming that this little shoulder piece has like a little post, and we'll talk about that later, that sticks out. I think it's best to have it to where the little brown gray plastic is a little bit exposed, or, well, actually, that's mostly exposed on the side there, so to where it looks like this is what I'm saying. That's probably the best way to put it in. It just makes everything easier to transform it. I believe I can fly, robot mode. And here's Mudflap in the robot mode, and I want to work on the comedy thing. I hope to eventually do that, but you know, it's that time again for a Skids and Mudflap drama.
I know, Mudflap. I know. You know what? You know what I'm talking about. No, I have no idea. You cheated! We played Wii together, and you cheated on me. How could you? It was because it was a dark, lonely day. I had no choice. Mario, it was just so tempting. It was just so tempting. Why are you the most dramatic of us?
No. So what do I think of the robot mode? Well, let's just go over the mech tech first. This is probably the best part, the best piece of plastic that you get out of this entire set. Look at this. It actually looks cool. You pull it back and it actually forms an X. It's so good that they put this in a deluxe Optimus Prime set. This isn't really a bad mech tech weapon. However, it does come with a kind of sloppy toy. And let's take a look at Mudflap. So this is Mudflap. Let's take a look at the ports. Alright. So, he's got a hole on the side here, so you can plug in a weapon there. I'm not going to do that just yet. And you can just barely make him hold the weapon, but because his hand is so big, it just falls out. I don't even think he can... Nah, not really. But he does have a little MegaTech port on the side, on the bottom there, and that actually looks cool. I can see the axe mode for this, too. So, that's not bad. However, if I'm going to give Skids his weapon on his big fist, then I'm going to give Mudflap his weapon on his big fist. It only seems fair. This is really just a sloppy job. I'm going to put the light out of the way. A very, very sloppy job. What I mean by that is they tried to do so much for this toy and it's just a mess. Alright, let's first take a look at the feet. His feet has a joint right here, which you'd think, oh, well, that's because of transformation, and there's nothing you can really do. When he falls forward, that's just how it's designed. There is absolutely no point in this joint. There is none. You don't lift it up for the alt mode. It's just there. I haven't figured out a way to really incorporate this into the alt mode. Maybe I have mistransformed him. Maybe the arms are supposed to pull forward, because there is a huge gaping bit right here on the front where it looks like something's supposed to go there. So maybe I'm supposed to pull the arms forward and maybe the toes are supposed to lift up. I don't know. I kind of tried that, but it didn't really seem to fit. Then again, nothing really seemed to fit for getting him into alt mode anyways. I'm surprised I got it in alt mode. Now, if you think that Dark of the Moon's Sideswipe's panel on the back is really terrible because it pops off, this is 10 times worse. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's crooked. It's not straight. I don't get it. I mean, that's almost borderline knockoff. It's just really terrible. The ball joints on the door wings are very loose. Sometimes I'll just let them down and just say screw it. However, Skid is able to give off a little bit of comedy. Now, TJ Omega, listen up, because you made an inappropriate Transformers video. Alright, I have nothing against TJ Omega, by the way. Yep. You saw it here, folks. First, folks, whatever. I'm not even going to use grammar. That just looks wrong. And it churns right here. But at this point, I don't think I'm missing anything because there's really no point into rotating that. Maybe it is supposed to rotate, and these are supposed to rotate, but now these pieces are backwards, so it just does not make any sense at all. And pushing this toy in, it just doesn't feel like I'm getting everything in right. I will say that the head mold is not really too bad. They really captured Mudflap pretty well. He's a chubby figure, and I get it, but he is a very sloppy job, and it's not like this is the worst for Dark of the Moon. Actually, it might be, now that I think of it. However, I don't think it's truly that bad. I mean, the old one did have its flaws too, and they're very similar. I mean, the transformation kind of didn't feel right, but at least when you had everything right, it fit together to where you feel satisfied. With this toy, robot mode, alt mode, you're never really truly satisfied, and it's very disappointing. However, do I truly hate this figure? By the way, he's got clip-on points. I almost forgot to say that. I really wanted to say that throughout the review. Almost forgot, but there it is. So, it's really just a matter of your opinion. Let's go to my overall review. So overall, do I highly recommend Transformers Dark of the Moon Mudflap? It's kind of an interesting take on the Mudflap figure and what you can do to transform him. And I think it's more the closer one than the previous deluxe version. However, there's a lot of things getting in the way. And it's just not the best figure out there. So, as far as Mudflap, I think you're better off getting the previous version, but he's not terrible. I'm not saying if you want him, then that's not worth it. He does have his flaws, but he does have some good points. Anyways, that's all for now. I'm the Canadian reviewer. I'm going to eat some bacon. Happy holidays.